This is Stay Paid, a sales and marketing podcast on a mission to help you close more deals and retain more business.
Welcome to another Silver Dollar episode of Stay Paid. My name is Joshua Stike.
And I'm Luke Akery.
And welcome to 2023.
Let's go.
This is the first episode.
Yeah, get off your butt. Let's go.
Get off your butt. Hey, man, we're heading into the fifth year.
Fifth year of the podcast?
Of Stay Paid podcast.
Fifth year of the podcast.
Yeah, January 2018.
Year of the company?
20th year. Yeah, this year will be 20 years for Reminder Media.
Wow.
Next year will be then our 20th year of our first product.
Yeah.
American Lifestyle Magazine.
Crazy.
You can get a sample of American Lifestyle Magazine for your business over at remindermedia.com.
Yes, please do. Yeah. But today we're not talking about magazines.
Today we're not talking about magazines.
Reels.
Yeah, we're talking about Reels. So look, everyone knows they need to be posting on social media, right? The question becomes...
Is that God? Is he calling?
God calling.
You ever get that? Like my dad was
me.
a pastor. Whenever like his phone would go off or other pastors, their phone goes off, he'd pull out and go, "Yes, God."
Anyway, so talking about Reels. So we've been working with a couple new agents, right? And so one of the challenges with them has been like, hey, you got to be posting social media content.
Yeah, posting
what the heck do I post? So you found the other day, this is a great tip for everybody, in Instagram. If you have a business page, you can go into the professional dashboard.
Yes.
And within the professional dashboard has all of these resources.
So many good pieces of content in there that literally teach you. And I watched a bunch of them and go, oh, yeah, this is exactly what we have been taught by people we've interviewed or implemented ourselves and has seen work. So we want to give some of them to you.
And the gold mine there is like, if Instagram's promoting this as what you should be doing.
It's probably what you should be doing.
Probably what they're looking for, what you should be doing. So this actually comes from Instagram's creators account. So these are 4 tips on what makes a successful reel, and then we'll give a couple of extra tips out there after that. But the first one is you will have to create reels that are uniquely you. So create a consistent format and a theme that people can easily recognize as yours. This is simple branding with your content.
Authenticity is always what engages people. Authenticity is really what sells people because selling is really, people want to buy from people. And so the hardest part here is that people naturally get their video voice, their video face. I do the same thing, right? We all do it.
We've gotten so much better though than from the beginning.
Way better, but the only way to overcome it is frequency. Like that's what I've found. There's no magic trick that I've been able to teach people of like, hey, you're stiff, or hey, you're acting, or hey, you're putting your video voice on, or whatever it is. You just got to keep doing it. And it's okay. Maybe some people will disagree with me. It's okay to have a persona that you live out. So like Matt, how do you pronounce his last name? Leonetti. Yeah. Matt Leonetti, like he is authentically him, but there is a persona that he puts on his reels, and he is a great one. If you're on Instagram as a real estate agent, you need to go follow him. He is the king of comedy in real estate, especially he uses these reels to really get engagement and put out humor, but he has a persona that he does, but it is authentically who he is. Like he's a funny guy.
Yeah. I have to give credit. I think Val Miller, she was a former intern of ours, and now she's working in marketing as well. But she does a ton of social content. I keep remembering this thing that she said. I don't know if she came up with it or heard it from someone else, but she's like, people that say they don't want to do video because they don't like how they look on camera, or they feel like they need to create a persona. Like, be your authentic self on video, because that's what everybody sees every day anyway.
Hate to break it to you, that's how you look.
That's what everyone else is seeing. So go ahead, feel more confident in putting that out as being uniquely you.
This leads to the second point, which is great.
Making it relatable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you have ahs, mess ups, things that where you don't look perfect.
Everybody does, right?
Yeah, everybody does. Yeah. And so the natural thing is always wanting to use the filters. The natural thing is always wanting to get the perfect shot.
I have never found a filter that makes me look better.
Oh, dude, you need to keep digging, man. I'm telling you.
Have you found one?
There's some crazy ones out there.
They always just make me look creepier.
I'm trying to think of how you would look with long eyelashes. Megan found this filter with like a long eyelashes it puts on you, and I put it on me. I'm like, dude, that is freaky.
I found one that made me a girl the other day. I was like, oh man, I'm an attractive woman. I would not mind this.
I can't.
But look, talking about making it relatable, like make people laugh just like that. Let them see themselves. They want to see themselves in your content.
Yes.
So focus on topics that are relatable to everybody.
Your journey. So a great way to do this in your reels, like if you're in real estate or whatever, like tell stories, like share your authentic stories that are happening to you through your reels, and people will relate to them.
Absolutely. So the third one is make it easy on yourself. Produce reels that are easy to create, that were easy to recreate. So thinking about virality. Virality?
Virality.
Virality. Think about videos that will go viral. What's easy for others to recreate and put their own spin on it? The more accessible your reels are, the more likely that they are to turn into trends.
This goes to one of our extra tips, which is using trending audio.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of using trends is what you should be doing with your reels. How do you find the trends? Well, get in your own Explore page, right, and just start going through. And one of the tips they give is like, for like audio, if you just hear the same audio every 6 or 7 videos or 10 videos or whatever, you know that's a trending audio. Yeah. So you can use that audio. The key here is going, and I see a lot of great real estate agents do this, is they take trending things, but they make it about real estate, which is really, really powerful. So that's just a tip, is get on there, follow the trends, and you can take a video that's already been created that's trending and just add the real estate spin to it, or the insurance spin to it, or the financial advising spin to it.
Follow someone like Brock Johnson. Follow someone like It's Modern Millie, right? So we've had both of them on the podcast. Look at what they're doing. They are always jumping on these trends early. The other thing you can do when you're looking at audio and reels, in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see, like, I think it's a picture of a music note, or you'll see a picture of an arrow. And if you see this little arrow that's going left to right, that means that that's a trending audio. Click on that audio, see how many people have already posted reels. What I've heard is that magic spot is you want to capture a trending audio with under 1,000 videos.
Ooh, I never heard that before.
That audio.
That's good.
All right, so the fourth tip is the thing that's going to make it easy on yourself, but that's to keep it simple. So reels do not need to be high production. Less is more. Keep it simple by recording with your phone and using the effects available in your reels camera. I truly believe, and I've never looked up something that actually backs this up, but we truly believe here with all the social media content that we do, the more that you produce natively in app, meaning do all of your editing in the Reels app, do your text and everything in the Reels app versus editing it separately and uploading it, the more Instagram seems to favor that content.
Yeah, the golden rule is any new features that Instagram or Facebook puts out, use those, because they are obviously trying to promote those. They don't want to put out something that bombs, so they want to put out something and they naturally promote that. So if you can use those extra things. Another thing to think about when it comes to like your reels that you're putting out is think about the hook that you're doing. It's probably the most important part of the whole reel. Yeah. So you can keep the reel simple.
Well, the hook, just to for everyone to understand, is the text in the beginning, or whether you're speaking it or you're putting it on the screen.
Whatever you're, that first second to 2 seconds that you're trying to hook people in. Now, if you go look at my Instagram at Luke Acree, or look at Stay Paid Podcast, or go look at our TikTok, you'll notice that Josh and I, we do a lot of pointing. Up for the first 1 or 2 seconds, pointing to text, which is usually a bold statement, a question. That's our hook to try to intrigue people to go, well, what's the answer to this that they're saying? And that gets you to watch 2 seconds, and that tells the algorithm behind the scenes, oh, people are watching this, so they promote it to more people. The key is watch time. It's like one of the #1 things that promotes your reel to more people in the audience, because the watch time signifies people are interested in it.
Yeah, Instagram wants to keep people on the platform, so they reward you for the longer watch time.
So if they feel that you have hooked people in, they will promote that more and more and more. So we tried, and not every one of ours works at all, but we're trying to give hooks at the beginning to pull people in.
Try different facial expressions. Our social media manager, Ariel, pointing this out the other day. Like, there's this one that we do, and I hate it every time I see it, because I don't want to see myself. But like, I have this really serious. I think her mom said it was mean, a mean face, and like she's like, I keep using it because that one seems to work. So try different facial expressions just to drag people in, because that's going to naturally create a level of curiosity. And the fifth one here, this comes from the Instagram for Business account, is to make sure that you're adding text to your reels. So not only is this engaging for viewers to follow along with, but it also makes it more searchable for the robots as well. So if you have text in there and people are looking at different topics, if you've got some of those keywords in there, it's more searchable.
Layla Hermosi, Alex Hermosi, Ricky Carruth, they're all doing, I shared this with Ethan the other day, they're doing a certain style of text and imagery on their reels that is, I think, really working well.
Like with the block text, bold outline, and then the colors.
Like they have color switches, and they also use imagery.
Like images of like the people they're talking about, like in there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it's pretty unique. So go check that out, because we're looking into that. It seems to be doing really, really well. We're going to probably switch some of our videos to be using that too. So you guys are getting behind the scenes look, but go check out Ricky Carruth, Alex Hermosi, Layla Hermosi, and there's probably a bunch of others that are starting to use it.
There was an app that I was trying to find here real quick that actually adds that automatically for you. I can't find it though right now. I know I mentioned it on a past podcast, so maybe I'll find that, shoot it over to Gabrielle so she can put it in the show notes. But I was looking at this is a really great app. It's called Captions. This might be the app that does it, actually. But anyway, like I wrote this Captions app, and I think it's like a teleprompter or where you can actually like read, like it'll create like a script for you. So if you're trying to come up with content, I downloaded this app a while ago. It does writing prompts. So I put in there, I said, first time home buyer tips.
Yeah, it's
right?
Great.
And it automatically wrote this. So it's AI writing. It says, congrats on becoming a first-time home buyer. Here are some tips to help you through the process. First, be sure to consult with a real estate agent to learn about different neighborhoods that fit your budget. It's also important to get pre-approved for a mortgage so you know how much home you can afford. Once you found the perfect home, don't be afraid to negotiate with the sellers to get the best price possible. Finally, be sure to have a property to ensure there are no hidden surprises. With these tips in mind, you're sure to have a successful time in your first-time home buyer
was written by AI from just a prompt.
Just a prompt I wrote in, first-time home buyer tips.
Where tech is going is scary.
So I think that is the app that actually puts so what that'll do then is it'll take that text, you can read it, record your video, and it'll actually create that sort of style on your video with the captions.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That's insane.
Now, that's not like mind-blowing content, right? Like that's not the most in-depth tips for home buying. Exactly. What it's doing is it's putting quality content out there, put a little trending audio behind it, and it's just putting your brand out there, giving people that know, like, trust factor that you're there to help them.
Yeah, I always tell people, like, they don't understand, like, relationships, building a brand. It's really just being consistent and frequent over long periods of time, and it builds trust. So when you show up over long periods of time and you're consistent in what you do, you build trust with people. Now, you're going to build trust at the level of your quality of your product, but you're going to build trust with people.
There you go. There are some tips for how to crush Reels in 2023. Thank you so much for listening. You can head on over to staypaidpodcast.com for the show notes and the video of this episode. And if you're looking for ways to support the show, you can head on over to remindermedia.com/shop. That's hard to say, /shop.
Yes.
Maybe I should have made it like
some great hats
/buy.
over there.
Yeah, there's some awesome hats. Yeah. I don't have mine on today, but Stay Paid Podcast hats.
We don't. We have one in the corner.
We're about to limited quantity, so orders.
They're selling out, guys. They're flying off the shelf.
We actually have some new merch out there that's really cool. Yeah, people are digging. So, and then the best way just to show your support is to share this episode with somebody else. We really appreciate it. If you want to get a hold of me or Luke, you can email us at podcast@remindermedia.com. And of course, you can follow us on Instagram. We are at Stay Paid Podcast. For this episode of Stay Paid, I'm Joshua Stike.
Guys, I'm Luke Acre. Here is your action item. Of course, you're going to have to do Reels, right? So I want you to do a reel with your number one tip that you give to your prospects, right? So it might be a tip that's really relevant right now for the times. Maybe if you're in real estate, it has to do with buying and these mortgage rates. But whatever it is, what I want you to do is create a hook at the beginning where you're pointing up to text and you write in there, like, my number one tip I give to X, and put that as your hook and then give the video. So if you want an example of what I'm talking about, go to our Instagram page at Stay Paid Podcast, or you can go to our TikTok at StayPaid_podcast, and you can see how we're doing hooks like that. I want you to model that, but do it about your number one tip that you give to new prospects or new buyers or whoever your target audience is. Remember, the difference between top producers and mediocre producers is top producers take action. Take action on that today.